China appears to make veiled threat about rare earth minerals crucial to the U.S. technology industry. So we talked about rare earths. It's been ongoing. This appears to be an area in which China can bite back, as one might bite an apple, in fact, Will. China produces the vast majority of the world's rare earths, and they could slow down some economic progress in changing the way in which those rare earths are exported and the contracts that exist for the fulfillment of those rare earths. A Chinese official warned that products using China's rare earth minerals should not be used against China's development. The comment from the official from the Chinese Economic Planning Agency was seen as a veiled threat aimed at the U.S. and its technology industry. So these rare earths, these minerals, are important components in the technology business. Of course, many of those businesses located in the United States, not having access to this stuff could make their lives a little bit more difficult. The question is, how difficult? How big of an impact? Well, according to The Verge, rare earth elements aren't the secret weapon China thinks they are. Despite the name, they say rare earths just aren't that rare. That's their subtext. It's their subheadline. I mean, how do you read it any other way than that? Because that's the way it sounds in my head when I see a headline like that. Yeah, I can't go into the news. Kirk's shaking his head. He's right. It's terrible. Anyhow, yeah, it's not so much about them being rare. They're pretty rare. They're not as rare as like diamonds or gold or something. But the real trouble is in getting them. The process in which you get them is kind of messy. Most countries don't want to do it. Up until about 1990, it was the U.S. that was doing the majority of it in California, I believe. And then at some point, China was like, we'll do it, do a good job of it for less, and you're just going to buy it from us. Now, reading through this article on The Verge, there's this really amazing term. Rare earth elements are sometimes described as the vitamins of chemistry. And we were chatting about this before we started broadcasting. Vitamins, the vitamins of chemistry. Just let that sit for a minute. You see that? That could be your next band name. That could be your new blog, if there's still such a thing as blogs. It could be an email address. It could be your Hotmail address. vitaminsofchemistry@hotmail.com. You see that? You see how that goes, Will? Anyway, so there seems to be a bit of a disagreement here amongst the news people, reporters, journalists about how big of a deal this rare earths situation is and whether or not those substances could be produced or exported from other places, or if the U.S. could just do this themselves. It seems to be, based on a couple of articles that I've read here, it seems to be that, yes, this would be a headache. Absolutely, it would be a headache because of the efficiency with which China is producing this stuff and the contracts that are currently in place and just the flow of product that currently exists. But not impossible. This material is out there. It's in the planet, and someone somewhere will find a way to meet the new demand if China cuts off the rare earth faucet. So anyhow, maybe it isn't the secret weapon China's looking for. I don't really know. It's all unfortunate. Who's looking, trade wars, it's all unfortunate. Who knows how it's going to shake out.